What's up, guys? I'm Will. I'm the owner of Iron Will Gym here in Charlottesville, Virginia. This video is long overdue, as a lot of this footage I've had for 6-7 months, and it's really documenting what I went through, the process of opening Iron Will Gym. And actually, in a previous video from last fall, if you want to go back and watch that, kind of explains how this whole idea got started. But basically, we had a Gold's Gym here in town that was closing. I've been a personal trainer in town for a couple of years now, and my goal had always been to open a small personal training studio or small gym. And because Gold's was closing right about the time that I was already positioning to open something, I was able to get some of the equipment from Gold's and then move into a more substantial space. And instead of having a small personal training studio, I've now opened about a 4,000 square foot gym. So we've really captured some of the community of Gold's, people who lost that gym, and it's been really rewarding to see it grow over the last 6 months. It's now July. This is going to kind of be the start of a video series from here, kind of documenting the gym, and I'm actually prepping for the Jay Cutler Classic in Richmond and North American Championships in Pittsburgh at the end of August. So there might be some training footage and things in there. If you guys have any specific requests for things that you want me to go over in future videos, definitely drop a comment down below. I'm happy to go into detail in all aspects of this. So if you guys would like to see, specifics of negotiating a lease or looking at spaces or anything like that, then I'm happy to go into the detail. But this is really just documenting kind of the work that went into it, as well as some of the issues and things that I had along the way. So without further ado, I'm going to start this. This is actually back October 1st. I was 1 week out of the Blue Ridge Classic, and the video will take off from there. So the gym is really a mess right now, but I need to get the floors done before I start putting together any of the equipment. So almost all the equipment is in here now. The Rogue stuff I have to put together, obviously. So I have one big pallet there. I think this is all like bumper plates and stuff right here. This is all for the squat racks and platforms, but a lot of stuff to put together. I mean, you can see the entire gym is just completely a mess right now, but I should get the floors done. I'm just putting rubber matting over this, so I should get the floors done pretty soon, and then I can really start putting this together and getting things together. I'm over here right now just doing some measurements on the floors to figure out how many mats I need to order. I'm just gonna do the rubber stall mats. They're like 1/2 inch thick rubber. It's better, stronger, more durable rubber than a lot of the actual gym matting. Actually, I've never really done a full tour. So weights will go starting over here, like machines and things. I'm thinking the 2 squat racks, bench platform, nice new Rogue stuff will be right there as you walk in. Down here in the corner will be, I think, the dumbbells around the corner. Then over here, to kind of keep them out of the way, will be the platforms, the deadlift platform, Olympic platform. As I start setting things up, I'm sure things are going to change in terms of how I want it set up. But this is the main big room. Then over here, I have what will be my little office. All this wood, not exactly what I would have chosen, but I'll just decorate it or something. I'm not trying to spend money on cosmetic stuff for my office, at least. Then this little hallway, big tire, oops. And then this is another office, so this will be for like other personal trainers in the gym. Or maybe I'll end up putting the lounge in here. I'm not exactly sure exactly how that'll work. And then over here will be the cardio room, and this is where I've stored all of the, not all of the equipment, some of the equipment's here, some of it's still at my house. and then some's in the other room. But this will all be cardio stuff, so I'm either gonna put the lounge in there or little lounge right here. Because I wanna have something inviting. You know, when you walk in, I want you to feel like, wow, this isn't like another gym that I've been to. So little things are gonna be around to try and set it apart, but as it all comes together, I will keep you guys updated on that. All right, so the gym's all coming together. Put in all the mats this week. That's about 100 of them through here. Still a little bit more to do on the far side, but I need to get them to finish the bathroom first. But I'm gonna start moving the equipment from the other room into here and start setting up this massive mound of Rogue stuff. My lovely girlfriend is over here gonna help me. So we'll see how far we get today. I'd really like to get the majority of the equipment mostly set up in sort of the places that it's going to be, so I can sort of get a feel for what the gym's actually going to be like and put up some pictures for people. All right, so the gym is definitely not done, but things are kind of set up. At least most of the equipment is in here. I still have to keep it away from the walls. But we're about to get a quick little workout in. Just taking advantage of having this mostly set up. All right, so just being transparent, I'm getting a little bit frustrated with some of the aspects of getting this gym up and running. So I'm definitely making progress. Starting to figure out where the equipment's gonna go. This actually isn't the final layout at all. So I was actually just figuring that out. I think we found a way that's going to be a lot more efficient and a lot more inviting when you walk in. But as you can see, it's still a mess in here. So I've been waiting on quotes from the painters. I've been talking to a few different people, a few different contractors, because I need to get the bathroom, I need to get that bathroom renovated, and I need to get them to put a second bathroom in. But before I can do all of that, I need them to submit proposals and go through all this paperwork and do things very clearly as defined by my lease. And it's been a really frustrating process, honestly, to deal with anybody through this process, being completely honest. I think I expected people to be a lot more professional in terms of timelines of things, sticking to their word in terms of, you know, if they said they were going to send me a quote or they said they were going to send me this paperwork over at this time. And I really haven't had that experience, unfortunately. I feel like I'm the only person through this process that has been sticking to timelines and has really been trying to get this up and running as quickly as possible. If I had a little bit more time, I would do things a little bit differently. But my priority with this is just to get it up and running, because there's a lot of people, including myself, that since Gold's closed, do not really have a gym, at least one that they're happy with. So tomorrow morning, I'm actually going to start the paint, because I got fed up of waiting for the different quotes. Some of the quotes are absolutely outrageous. So kind of taking the approach that if you can do it yourself, why pay somebody else to do it? So went and bought a bunch of paint today. This was about 10 gallons. I think I'm going to need about 70 gallons in total. So quite an investment in terms of the paint, but I'm going to save so much money on the labor, or at least in comparison to what I was being quoted, that it'll be well worth it. So it is Monday night, October 30th, I think. So by the end of this week, by the end of that first week of November, I hope to have all of this completed and all of the equipment set up where it's meant to be. So then the only thing that I'm going to be waiting for is them to do that bathroom. And unfortunately, that's something out of my control. If I knew how to do plumbing, if I knew how to put in a new bathroom, I would do that. But unfortunately, don't have those skills, and I don't have any close friends that have those skills, so I kind of just have to rely on other people and see where it goes. Then tomorrow morning, I got to go back in and have another meeting about some minor details on lease and things that they still can't sort out. And anyway, so that meeting's at 9:30, so then I'm going to come back in after that, and I'm going to paint through until the afternoon when I have a few clients in a row. So it's kind of the frustrating part as well, is doing all of this while working around my clients. But that's the reality. I still have to be making money as I'm spending a ton of money to get this up and running. But we're close. We're closer than we have been. And I think maybe 3 more weeks, middle of November, I really hope to have everything open and ready for everybody to come check out. So I'm not actually even sure that I'm going to put this in the video, but if I'm going to be filming this and I'm going to be taking you guys through this whole process, I also want to be transparent through the process, you know, with the highs and the lows. Last night, not really the best night. After I left the gym here, I was feeling fine. And I got home and just everything hit me. The stresses of opening this gym, things not quite progressing on the timeline that I had been hoping for or planning on, and just some things out of my control with this. And anxiety attacks, panic attacks aren't something that I've ever really had an issue with. I've certainly had a couple of them, but I had a full-blown panic attack last night. Just for a few minutes, and even while it was happening, I was thinking to myself, like, this is crazy. You know, I've planned this out. I've given myself flexibility. I have positioned the gym really well. I've taken advantage, I think, of a good opportunity here. But it's stressful. I think it's always stressful. Well, it is always stressful opening your own business. But it's especially stressful with the setup of this gym. Gyms are hard to compete with. It's a hard market to get into. And unless you have something that really differentiates you, really sets you apart, you're going to get crushed by these bigger chain gyms. And I think with this gym, I really do have something unique. And I think it's going to satisfy a lot of needs and a lot of wants for people here in Charlottesville. And I really hope to build a community with it. But there's a lot that has to get done before I reach that point. And I think last night it all kind of just caught up to me. And it was definitely a low point. But I'm feeling much better about it today. Every time I get stressed about something, I know that the one way I can make it better always is by actually acting and by doing something that's going to get me closer to that goal. So when I have these things that are out of my control, basically I'm waiting on the contractor and the landlord to get the bathroom done, and I can't influence that. I can't speed that up at all. So I think it's actually good that I decided to paint, because now today I'm really going to feel like I'm doing something. I'm accomplishing something towards completing this gym and completing this project and opening. So I think I'll feel a lot better. I already feel a lot better this morning. And I'm sure there's going to be lows from here, but I think there's going to be a lot of highs too. And I'm so excited to get this gym open. All right, so it went from kind of looking like a gym in here to being a complete mess again. Because when I started painting, I realized that it was just easier if I took up the final row of mats all the way around, because then I didn't have to be quite so careful at not getting paint on things. But the color looks really good. I'm not sure how well it's going to come through on film, but it's a gray, and then I'm going to do a 3-foot blue stripe right about here. And then that'll go all the way around. So that matching the blue of the racks, and then with the rest of the equipment being black, white, and gray pretty much. I think that'll all look really good. So I'm happy with the way this turned out. This actually didn't take too long once I got everything taped and prepped. So I have quite a few hours today before more clients. I just had some early ones this morning. So I'm going to try and get the first coat done all the way around up to pretty much where they're putting in the new bathroom, and then probably start the second coat on this side. So we will see how it goes from here. Well, it certainly took a while, but I think it looks really good. So I'm doing a gray, but I'm going to do a blue stripe up at the top. I think I already said that. I managed to get, I don't know how well you can actually see, but I managed to get the first coat on most of this main big room. I actually just ran out of paint. So I'm going to go get paint, go grab some food, because I've been doing this since like 9:30 and it's 4. Then I have 2 more clients to train, and then I'm actually going to come back and see how much more I can knock out tonight. Between today and tomorrow, I'd really like to get all the painting done, because then I can start putting the mats back in, moving the equipment back into place, and then at least this side of the gym, minus the bathroom, will be completely done, completely finished. And at the very least, I can at least show some some good pictures of what the gym will look like when I finally get this ridiculous stuff with the bathroom sorted out. But working on it as fast as I can. I'll probably film a little bit later. Might even get a quick little workout in. Okay, definitely a productive day. Definitely pretty tired. It's about 10:45 now. Put in about 10 hours painting in here and had a few clients today. So long day, but really happy with the progress that I made on the gym. I have the first and second coat done all the way to the end of the gray that you can see. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish I'm gonna do the first and second coat up there and start on the blue stripe that'll go all the way around the gym there. So gonna go get some rest, get back here early tomorrow morning, and then start it all up again. I don't have clients until tomorrow afternoon, so I should be able to get a good chunk done. And I'm really hoping that all the painting will be done, at least in this main big room, by the end of tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed for that. It'd be nice to have this part behind me. All right, well, honestly, I don't even remember the last time I checked in on these videos. I thought, I'll just throw some paint on, set the equipment up, gonna be a big job, but I didn't realize how big of a job it was actually gonna be. So let me take you a little tour around the gym, the way it's set up so far. So over here is still, starting off with the low point, over here is where I still need to set up. I'm gonna have this cable crossover set up right about here. The second bathroom that they're putting in is gonna come out to about here maybe. So it'll be bathroom, then that big cable crossover that has lap pull down and low row and everything attached to it will probably go to about here. Then the hammer strength machines are gonna start. And they'll probably go, anyway, down somewhere around here. That'll probably get pulled up. And then I'll have an Olympic platform that's 8x8 and maybe a deadlift platform if I end up having some space over there. Ideally, that's what I'd like to do. Then we have the dumbbell rack. Not all my dumbbells are over here, but I'll have I'll have 5 through 150s. Then the 2 blue Rogue squat racks. Then 2 leg presses. Cable crossover that I'm in the process of trying to find all the bolts for. Squat press, reverse hyper, GHD in that box, that I have yet to set up. Then the chest machines, we have wide hammer strength, decline hammer strength, Rogue west side bench with a red bar, incline hammer strength, shoulder press, and obviously need to do the mats all around here. Then in this room, not really sure how it's going to be structured yet, but this is where I'll have the bulk of the cardio equipment. Not all the cardio equipment's in here. I'll probably keep this leg press in here, as well as the 1 leg hamstring curl, the adductor, abductor, as well as the hamstring curl and leg extension that aren't here yet, and the machine fly. So then from there, we'll have this little room, sort of like a free space, stretching, anything else you want to do in here, band work. Then we're back out to here, and then this will be my little office and possible little supplement store, whatever I end up doing with that. So, as I said, that was a much bigger project than I thought. I think the last time I recorded was maybe a week ago, a little bit over a week ago. Over the last week, to put it into perspective, while I've been working, I always listen to audiobooks. That helps pass the time. And I've gone through 2 audiobooks, so I think that's like 60 some hours of working here over the last week. I'm not sure exactly. Anyway, somewhere around there. It was a crazy amount of time. This stripe up on the wall took forever. I had to set up a laser up there just so I could tape everything off. And that's actually why the blue line stops there and doesn't even go to the end of the gray, because I couldn't get my laser to reach over there. So I still have a little bit of figuring out to do how to finish that up, but I didn't want to do anything and then have them mess it up when they put in that second bathroom. Now, still need to put mirrors up in here, still need to finish setting things up. But all in all, it really is coming together, and I'm really liking the way the gym is feeling. It's not gonna have tons and tons of space for hundreds and hundreds of members. I think I'll probably, getting a feel for the space, probably be able to accommodate maybe up to 150 members, or something around there. But I really want to make sure that the gym stays very comfortable in that it's not packed. I'm not trying, my main focus is my personal training, so I'm not trying to have tons and tons of members. I'd rather have a gym that my clients and the members come into and are really comfortable in, rather than just trying to get as many members as I possibly can. All right, so when I edit all this together, I'm not sure it's really gonna make any sense because I've just been kind of randomly filming through the process, but I'm so close to finally being done setting up equipment. I have one last cable crossover to finish putting the weight stacks on. Back stuff down there. Platforms are finished. Smith machine, dumbbells, squat racks, more leg stuff. Chest and shoulder stuff down that side. Then we walk through this side, through this hallway. In here, there's a small room for stretching, abs, whatever you want to do. Cardio equipment, not all of it is in here yet. Some more selectorized leg stuff, chest fly, another leg press. And then back around to the other side, still working on the bathroom to that cable crossover. So I'm gonna start working on, or finish working on that right now. As I said, finally the last piece of equipment that I have to put together. This has honestly been a really fun process, but I'm really excited to move on to the next step and actually get open. It's November 28th today. Grand opening is December 9th, so it's coming up just under 2 weeks now. So if opening a gym was easy, everyone would do it. And before I go into the details of this, I want to make it very clear that I take full responsibility for all of this. As a business owner, you are responsible for everyone working under you, doing work for you. At the end of the day, it is your responsibility and it comes down to you. I thought I had covered all my bases. I really did. I have been expecting through this whole process like something major to go wrong. And I thought I'd finally kind of cleared all the hurdles. I've had a lot go wrong, but I thought I had cleared all the major hurdles. And we were finally getting really, really close to opening. I thought we were just actually a couple days away. So to start things off, we had the inspection for the bathroom, which has now been deconstructed because the framing didn't meet code. So that needs to be fixed. I don't want to blame anyone for that. You know, again, I think that's on me. I'm not a contractor, but at the same time, this is my business. And if you're not going to completely oversee all of the work that's being done, you do run the risk of running into some issues like this. So I'm going to get that sorted out. Pay a lot more attention in the future now too. But actually the much bigger issue is actually all of these interior walls. These interior walls divide the space, create this little office and the little other room that's there. Now it turns out that all of these walls were made out of wood, which means that they aren't up to code because you can't build with wood in a commercial space like this. So there was no permit for those walls. Those walls are not up to code. Like this space cannot be occupied basically. And actually into the office, the fire sprinkler system would actually need to go into the office, and it doesn't go into the office. So there's some pretty major issues with this space that I need to get sorted out. This was all stuff that was up, like this was, I think has been up for 10 or 15 years. I don't know who was responsible for doing this work. I don't know how it got done, not being up to code. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll have a little bit more detail on where to exactly go from here. You just got to roll with the punches, I guess. I'm just trying to find some positives. It looks like I might actually have to take all the interior walls down, which is going to mean that all of this work that I did in here kind of has to be redone in terms of the setup and the matting and things. So I'm a lot closer back to square one, certainly than I expected. I thought I was a few days away from opening. But I'm going to make it right, and the opportunity now is I have more time to make this gym even better, and I'm going to take full advantage of any extra time that I have. I want people to walk in here and really be blown away. I want this to be known as one of the best gyms on the East Coast. I think there's an immense potential. This is a pretty big hurdle, pretty big speed bump that I now need to figure out, but don't worry, I'm going to get it figured out. This gym's going to be incredible. I'm going to make sure that it's not delayed too much. And as I said, I'm gonna be on the people that are working under me from now on. I will not ever make this mistake again. I take full responsibility. I'm very, very sorry. I'm gonna make this right. Now, I didn't actually film after this point, and I think I was a lot more positive on film there than I was, or at least was, over the next couple days. I had gotten it priced out when I first was looking into the renovations of taking the walls down. And the quotes that I was getting, basically I didn't have the money to do that. So if I had to take those walls down, I don't know what would have happened. Luckily, after a lot of stressful days or even weeks, I was able to get that resolved and finally get the bathroom done. I think contractor failed inspection on that 4 more times or 3 more times from there. So I think that took that video kind of ended off in November, and I spent all of December fighting these last little regulations and having issue after issue. And I think a lot of people probably have that same experience while opening a business. I didn't expect it to be a smooth process, but I definitely learned a lot from it. Just in terms of, as the business owner, the person who's opening it, you really do have to oversee absolutely everything if you want it done right. I truly don't think that you can trust anyone, and I don't think that you can trust anyone to do what they're going to tell you to do. That's kind of been my life lesson from it in the business world. But looking back, even as stressful as that time was, and there really was a period there where for a couple days I didn't know what was going to happen, if there was even going to be a gym, or at least a gym anytime soon with all of the issues that I was having. I took a massive risk opening this. I didn't have investors behind me. I didn't have a business partner. This was a really, really unique opportunity that I tried my best to take advantage of. And while the gym was very delayed in the end, I had hoped to be open by mid-November, and I ended up opening January 4th. Looking back in the grand scheme of things, it's been great. The growth that I've had over the first 6 months has really been incredible. We've built up a community here. We've already made the gym better. And speaking of that, I don't want to drag this video out any longer. As I said, I'm going to go into further detail in future videos on kind of all the different business stuff, my business plan, how I'm actually running the business, how I'm doing this completely by myself right now. And as I said, if you have any specific requests for things you want me to go over, definitely drop a comment down below. And now I'm going to go in and kind of tour you guys around what the finished product of Iron Will Gym is. And I'm really, really proud of the way that it turned out.